coloring together. Here we go. Good evening. I'll tell you what, today in Devon, it's been really, really dull today in Devon. Really dull. So I stayed in, I watched the telly, and I haven't done nothing at all. Nothing at all. But I'll tell you what I've got tonight. I have got Sundown Country Duo tonight. And I love country western. I love it. So I've asked them to come on. We haven't done this before. So guys, please be nice to them. So anyway, hello guys, how are you two?
Hi Steve.
Hi Steve.
How are you? Yeah.
We're okay, aren't we? Yeah, muddling through as we all are, I think.
So do you go around the country then singing, or is it just one place?
It's a bit of both. We go around the country, but we say to ourselves we're not going to be travelling too far. Like we're going down, for example, to Devon or down to Surrey. We'll try and keep it within a 2-hour drive radius of our home address in Yorkshire.
All right. Okay.
But we have played in Oxford.
Yeah. I guess if we did a little bit of a tour, then we would organise it. So we did a few perhaps down there. So yeah. We're northern based. I don't know whether you explained that, but we're just outside of Hull in the East Riding of Yorkshire. So a lot of our gigs are up round the Yorkshire region.
I'm Dave, and this is Di, by the way.
Yes, I know you. Yeah. I know your name.
Sundown Country Duo, but I'm Dave. This is Di. This is Mike.
Yes, yeah. I know. Listen, I watch your videos, and I think it's fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
Right, I love it. I love it when you sing, and through the COVID, you've been making videos and cheering everybody else up.
Yeah.
How have you been coping yourselves?
With our own brand of humour. Well, I guess we've been up and down like everybody, but we decided, because like a lot of country acts out there, when when COVID hit, the gigs stopped, and of course a lot of the gigs that we do were line dance gigs, and people couldn't dance anymore. So we thought, what can we do? It's a good chance for us to learn some new material, because when we started doing the country stuff, because before country, Dave and I did other music, and we were a bit ignorant of how vast the library of country music is. It's so vast, and we had to learn a lot of new stuff. So that gave us this great opportunity to learn lots of new fantastic songs, actually. Yeah. So we've been keeping busy, Steve.
Yeah, because country music is it's a big vast, isn't it? Music, country music.
Yeah.
And some people don't like the new country music, whereas there's a different persuasion of people prefer the Patsy Cline, Hank Williams, the older tradition, which we do, to be honest. We do prefer that, because we listen to the country music channel on my DAB radio, and it's not the same, you know what I mean?
But we do a bit of that, don't we? We do a bit of Casey Musgraves and other newer Lady Antebellum, which are now Lady A. So we do like them as well. So we try and keep it varied. And sometimes it's just the song, you hear a song and you think, right, we could do that. I mean, we love harmonies, so our big thing is harmonies. So if there's a really nice melody that has got a fantastic harmony, then that's what we will spend our time learning and do.
And we've had some new material as a result of our videos, like people listening and then send a request. Oh, great song, blah blah blah. Can you? I think you'd make a good job of whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a song we've never even heard of. Oh, God.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
2 or 3 weeks ago, a guy sent, "Can you do Shut Up and Drive?"
Shut Up and Drive,
which we'd never heard of, and so within 2-3 days we'd learnt the harmonies and got the track.
Saying about that, I've got the video of that in a minute that I'm going to play.
Oh yeah. Right. Well, so when I started googling that, Steve, I said, right, Shut Up and Drive, right, let me listen to this, and I thought, well, no, there must be some mistake here because this is Rihanna.
Rihanna.
Not of course, yeah.
So Rihanna's done one called Shut Up and Drive, but completely different song, of course. So.
Yeah. I was talking to Blake Shelton's agent the other day because we've been trying to get him on.
Oh, great.
And they said that they did a cover for that too.
All right.
It's a great song. We love it.
Yeah.
So we had a gig last night at quite a local newish country venue called the Vaults in Hull, and so that was the first time we did that song last night live for the first time, didn't we? So so we're still getting, there's the odd venues still open, so but you know they're obviously struggling, like a lot of people, to get people to come back out because you know some people without the line dancing don't want to come, and obviously people are a bit scared as well, which you can't blame them for. So
yeah, because I used to go to country western places on a Sunday, you know, to the pubs and the clubs.
Yeah.
The Pacific Club on a Sunday just done all country and western all evening.
Yeah.
Country music. Yeah. And when I was younger, I came in and I sat down and I thought, get us a beer, this is going to be boring. No, to be honestly, me and my dad used to go out. My dad used to be dressed up as John Wayne, you know, and I used to take a mick out of him.
Yeah.
You know, and I said, where are we going? He said, we're going to country and western tonight. And when I went in there, all these women were dressed up in fancy costumes. And there was a sheriff on the door letting me in. I said, what's going on here? This is a funny farm, you know what I mean? And there was a group called Medicine Bow. I don't know if you ever heard of them.
No.
Medicine Bow, and they were like a real, top country western group. And I just listened to it with a beer, and every Sunday after that, I kept on going back because it was brilliant. I really enjoyed it.
It is quite listenable, it's country music, isn't it? It's either a very sad song or it's a foot tapping, dancing song. So there's a variety. It is good music.
Yeah, I've had about 6 or 7 people now on here. Country western people on here, country music.
Yeah.
And people love it. When you go around doing your shows, then how long are they? Is it like 45 minutes or an hour?
No, it's quite demanding. As Di said, we used to go singing before as a duo, singing other material, and it's normally like, can you do 2 40-minute sets or a big hour set after a dinner? Yeah. And when we first started doing it, can you do a 30, a 40, and a 40? I think, flipping heck, this is so you get a lot of material for your money.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah. That's why it's, and I think because the clubs are generally so active, people like to be dancing most of the time. The line dancing ones, so I think that's why they like the longer sets, and it's so that's why you need so much material, to get through. So it's been
get the balance right between a jiggy line dance one and give a chance for a rest to do a ballad or something.
I used to be interested in rock and roll, right? Well, and I still am. Yeah. And I went up to this group once, country and western group, and because it was a bet, me and my friend had a bet. They said, I bet you won't go up to that group and ask him for like a rock and roll song. So I went up there. I said, can you play anything rock and roll? And they looked at me, I looked up there, and I was thinking, oh, well, they're not going to do it. And they came up with it, they played it. They played a rock and roll song.
Right.
And
Well, yeah. I guess it depends on what you class as rock and roll. I mean, Elvis Presley started off, his roots were in country, weren't they? He was a country boy.
Yeah, of course he was.
So we do a couple that have, I guess, people have covered in the country genre. So we do Fools Such As I, for example, and we do that in a version that was a hit in the country charts for, I think it was somebody called Bally and the Boys. So we do a country version of Fools Such As I. And what other one do we do? It's
Sylvia's mother.
Sylvia's mother. So
it's a country
which is
I love that.
roll, but yeah.
I love that song too. It's brilliant.
Yes, it's a good song to do with a country beat. It's nice.
Yeah.
And sorry, because we like harmonies, we're big fans of Everly Brothers stuff, which can be classed as country, whatever. So you can't go wrong. Everybody loves the Everly Brothers, don't they?
Oh, I love them.
Yeah,
I prefer the old music than the than the new stuff. I'm one of those people.
You don't get the melodies like you used to, and and as I said, the harmonies.
But I guess the younger audiences would prefer the modern stuff because they might not be into the older stuff from the 50s, 40s, whatever. So if you're a 20-year-old guy into country music, you're going to be liking the modern stuff.
Yeah. How did you get started? How did you get started anyway?
With country music.
Or music in general. How did you get started?
Well, I'm a bit older than Di, so I started back in the day when I used to play in the bands. I played bass guitar and just doing covers, 60s, 70s stuff. Then packed that in to work full time. And then when Di and I got together, Di was already singing in a duo with another female, and they parted. And so I always filled in, so we'll do a bit. Did some duos, and then took it from there, and people liked us, listened to us, gave us a couple of bookings and asked us to come back, so we went back.
And I started off as I was 16. I started doing the clubs around the Northern Club Circuit as a soloist, and I just like big ballads was my big thing.
Oh, was it? Oh, right, okay.
But that was a different life ago, and then kids came along and stuff, and so and then Dave and I got together. We've been together about, how long have we been together? 13 years.
15 years. Oh, been married 13 years.
Yeah. So
unlucky for some.
But we actually got together. The place that I used to work did a charity Stars in Your Eyes.
All right.
And somebody said, "Oh, you used to sing around the clubs. Will you be somebody?" So I said, "Well, I don't really know who to be because I don't sound like anybody." But I was persuaded to do Barbra Streisand, so I did Barbra Streisand, and Dave was the compere. So he was the compere, cheeky compere.
Says, "Tonight, Diane, you're going to be my wife."
So that's how we got together, Steve, and and then I think his chat-up line was something like, "I have a studio at home. Would you come round and put some tracks down for me?" So
a chat-up line, that was the truth.
Yeah, I bet it was. Yeah, I bet it was.
A 16-track digital recorder in my bedroom.
Yeah. Okay. I believe you, but others won't.
Yeah. So country music, how do we make the transfer from that?
Well, we've always liked country music, and we just really started getting into it, and we just said, let's go and watch some acts, didn't we?
That's right, yeah.
And we loved the harmonies. We've got like some country music has got some really good fun lyrics that appeal to our humour as well, isn't it? So
we went to Drax, wasn't it? And So we went to some friends invited to go see a band doing some line dance stuff, We liked it, but we weren't particularly impressed with the line dance type music, because it's like other music that we didn't even consider to be country and western, to be honest. Yeah. But then in the blue room, the back room, I went for a beer or went to the loo or something. And I heard this duo, Johnny and Lynette. You probably heard of them. Yeah. I thought, oh, that's more like what we like. And there was no dancing. We literally just sat and listened and watched. So I went to Collar Die and I said, oh, come and listen to these two. And we formed a friendship with Johnny and Lynette. We asked, what sort of gear did they use on the stage tracks, what instrumentation they used. And they were very helpful to us. And so that was more or less set us on the way. I thought, we can do this.
How do you, when you're singing then, how do you remember all the words?
Before we got this latest stuff where we've got about 800 songs at our disposal, when we did the other stuff, we made a point of remember the words, which makes you more polished because you don't think about it. But every now and again, when we do our videos, if it's a brand new song, for example, somebody says, oh, can you do this on Sunday? 2 days old. Then we sometimes stick a bit of paper on the wall with a chorus on, so we know where we're going.
Yeah, you can't obviously do that when you're singing live. But so when we're singing live, we generally we make sure we learn them. But again, it was Johnny and Lynette and others that have told us that there's a system called stage tracks that nearly everybody uses, and it has the lyrics as a prompt. Scrolling through, but you try not to use that because sometimes that can actually throw you rather than help you, can't it?
Yeah, you end up looking down.
Yeah. So it's just there as a prompt in the background in case you do have that's the thing about live music. We all make mistakes occasionally, and so it's there as a prompt. But I guess a lot of the people who do the big line dance stuff, they're having to learn new material constantly, and it was them that said, you can't possibly, no matter what brain you've got, you can't possibly learn the lyrics all the time. So a lot of people use it a lot, the scrolling of the lyrics. And Paul McCartney uses it, so
right, okay.
Oh yeah,
okay. Right, be careful what you're going to say here. People's listening in. Right. What's the worst?
I'm a big Paul McCartney fan, Steve. I'm a big, massive Beatles and Wings fan.
Oh yeah, so that's one of.
I'm not on about that. It's the next question I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
What's the worst place you ever played in? And be honest.
Well, mine hasn't been. To be fair, as a young club singer when I was 16, some of the places that I went to back in the day were awful for somebody young and impressionable. So the scene that we're doing at the minute, they've been fantastic, haven't they?
Yeah, no complaints at all.
We haven't.
Even last night, there were only about 20 people in because of COVID and dancing, etc. But a really nice place, nice atmosphere, nice friendly people. Mine hosts were brilliant.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't knock anybody because everyone tries hard.
And we think that we feel that the country community, they're like a big family. They're very, very.
Had loads of new friends, haven't we?
Yeah, very friendly, and So, and the clubs are run fantastically. Well, there's one of the first clubs we played at was the Blue Nickel Club, which is across in Lincolnshire, and I think it's run by a guy called Blue Brocklesby, and he won. I think 2019 he won the country club of venue of the year,
and he's been very helpful. He gave me a couple of country western shirts to start off with,
and this is just like these are just in this is a village hall that every Saturday fortnight becomes this fantastic little club that's really well
decorated.
They decorate it with all the
Confederate,
all the US paraphernalia, and that is really, really good. Yeah. Give you a dressing room and all. Yeah.
All right. Okay. But, what's your most embarrassing moment then on stage?
We have quite a few, don't we, Dave?
Embarrassing. Only when Di gets the words wrong, that's the only embarrassing. I feel embarrassed for
No,
Esther.
come on. You must have
What
you
about
must
the
have some.
guitar chords?
No, we're not embarrassed. The only embarrassing was before our country when we did that Women's Institute place. And what did they think? It's tradition before we start your performance. I was on stage. Di was still in the dressing room. Says, "Can you lead the singing for
Jerusalem?"
For Jerusalem. Jerusalem. And I'm
Yes,
looking, I could see.
that's their
And he said-
intro, isn't it? That's their intro song, isn't it?
I
They've
could
got
see
start
Di
with.
in the dressing room going, laughing. I said, "Go on, start." And what was the first line again? Was it Jerusalem?
Yeah, it was Jerusalem. It was.
And did those? Can't remember what was it. Jerusalem.
This
Anyway,
is the most embarrassing
It's
time.
the women's. That was a long time ago. The Women's Institute, and all these ladies stood waiting for me to lead the singing, and for a song I really didn't know that well.
And I guess for women it's wardrobe malfunctions maybe.
Oh, where was that gig we had when the fire alarm went off on our first song?
Oh yeah, that was good. Yeah, we did a slow intro to an Everly Brothers one called
Like Strangers.
and it was just really a gentle intro with our harmonies, and it was really peaceful, and everybody was listening, and then all of a sudden the fire alarm went off.
They had to evacuate them
in the middle of the song. So it's like, yeah. They're nothing dire.
At your shows, at the end of your shows, do you end with a trilogy?
A trilogy.
Yeah.
What, like Elvis's trilogy?
Yeah, because some country western places like.
No, we like to finish on a good number, but they always ask you to do a couple more, so we have another 3 or 4 just in case, and see what the mood is. But we don't do a trilogy.
We like to finish with a song called "Sundown in Nashville," which of course we're called Sundown, and we would very much like to be in Nashville. So we just think, well, why not?
Yeah, where'd you get the name? Where'd you get the name for Sundown?
Oh, because we used like a song by what we called it.
I can't remember. Oh, you should know. You sang it.
Anyway, it was a close sounding song called. You probably know it, Steve. God, what they call it?
I'll find it.
Sundown.
They call it Sundown.
They call the song Sundown by a funny sounding guy. Anyway, so it's about 4-part harmony, which I like working out with stuff like that. So we did that, and then someone, when we got this gig, our first country gig, so what do you call yourselves? Sundown. And that was the name we made up, more or less.
Yeah, and we get billed sometimes as Sundowners. Gordon Lightfoot.
All right, yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, so it's a good song, a really good song, and so we said quite like that. So yeah, and we spent some time together. We went to a ranch in Arizona, riding.
Where's it go? Tank Verde Ranch in Arizona, Steve. Brilliant place.
Yeah. doing some riding and stuff, and the sunsets there were fantastic. And we used to have a drink called Sundowner. So it was all these little things. It was destined to be. Yeah.
That's really good. Really good. So, what you got planned next?
We're in the hands of COVID, unfortunately, Steve. We've got a couple of gigs lined up, 2 at Christmas. One was supposed to go into Blackpool in November at a hotel.
That's a hotel. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's a big coach trip from Hull going to Blackpool, and we're on there supposedly, but that we're all in the hands of what's going on at the minute.
Politicians.
So, the virus, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which leads us back to lockdown. That's why we keep doing our Sunday videos, to keep us and other people amused while we can't get out gigging.
So all the videos that we've done are on our YouTube. We've got a little YouTube channel. We don't really promote it that much, but it's somewhere to put all the videos that we've got, and they're all on there from April.
I will.
30
I will
minutes.
put it all on. Yeah, I will put it all on my website in a minute when I finish this.
So that they're all on there, and and if anybody wants to message us with any sort of requests, then we try our best.
Yeah, what we would like to do sometime is for you to come back, but this time do a few songs for us. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Some other time? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry, I'm sorry about this, but we're running out of time.
Okay.
No problems.
Okay, but thank you very much for coming on.
Oh,
Thanks for asking us, Steve.
Yeah.
It's been good fun.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right. Cheers.
Bye for now. Bye. Cheers.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye.
Right.
Okay, folks. Be back later on. Bye.